everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. It is Rachel's World here with our first day of our art unit. Not too exciting, just notes. And then another day of notes, and then we're gonna jump into the book we're doing. So, before I say anything, make sure to subscribe, like the video, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any video from me. Make sure you hit all notifications and make sure to comment. Now, I'm gonna go over our calendar for this because it wasn't able to fit in my community post. So from March 2026 to April 1st, 2026, we have a month-long unit. So we're gonna be doing graphic novel technique notes today. We're going to be doing some definitions of different transitions, background, midground, foreground. Going to be awesome. And then our book intro dive in. That's really our first day of the unit. Then we're going to be doing some background talk, talk like what is a background and stuff and what different colors mean for background. Yes, they have meanings. Character development. We're going to see how the character develops at the beginning of the book, kind of in the middle of the book, and then the ending. So it's gonna be really fun. The faces in the book, okay, and then the body in the book, okay, and then 8th through 14th, we're gonna be doing some face features, okay, we're gonna be drawing for that. So have a paper and pencil ready. And then we're gonna be doing some drawing with the body parts too, all the body parts too. And if you notice, I draw faces and bodies a little bit different. I kind of draw them as stick figures. So if you think they're horrible, don't comment that. Okay. I will be deleting mean comments. I'm getting stricter about mean comments, deleting them. I wish like YouTube had like a feature to like remove, you know, like people like can't see your channel or comment on it, but they don't. If they did, I would be a lot stricter that. And then so if my face is bad, if my body looks like a stick figure, don't comment, okay? Just don't. Okay. We all do faces and bodies a little bit different. But I know how to do them, just not very well. So just take that into note. I'm still gonna be showing you guys as it's practice and it's needed for this. I'm really good with background. I'm really great with background. So we're gonna be doing a whole week practicing with background colors. We're gonna be painting a background too. That's gonna be very fun. Um, and then in the last 4 days is gonna be project intro and project work time. So it's gonna be very exciting for this unit. Alrighty, let's switch to the document camera so that we can get these notes in. Have a paper and pencil ready. So if you want to take notes on this, you can. If not, that's okay. You don't need to. This is like the boringest part of unit day one. Here's the document camera I got set up. We're doing our comics/graphic novel technique notes. So we're going to be really diving in. It's front and back. And let me know in the comments down below because the text kind of seems like upside down. So I will look after I publish the video how it looks for you guys. If it looks upside down, comment down below, let me know, and we will try to figure out a better way for you guys to see these notes. Because these notes, I already have filled out. They're from a class, but I think they'd be really good for what we're doing. Um, especially because they show some faces and it is a graphic novel that we're doing. So this will be really good notes for this. All right. So what is a graphic novel/comic? So graphic novel is a medium and an art form. Graphic novels pair sequential with minimum text to tell story. So what is the definition of sequential? Forming or following in a logical order or sequence. So that's in a lot of sequences, in order. So icon, definition of an icon is any image used to represent a person, place, thing, or idea. Now, these these are meant to be on this side, so all these are meant to go over here. So I kind of drew an arrow because I kind of messed up, but anyway. Symbol definition, images we use to represent concepts, ideas, and philosophy. So yin and yang is a great example here. This is a symbol that represent concepts, ideas, and philosophy. Language, science, and communication are images we use for practical understanding, such as these. These are the examples right here. Pictures should be obvious. Images designed to resemble their subject. So such as a burger represents their food. So represents their subject. Now we have amplification through simplification. So I cannot pronounce that right. Amplification through simplification. That's not the best to pronounce. When you look at a photo or realistic face, and let me scroll down. Okay. When you look at a photo or realistic face, you see it as the face of another. But when you enter the world of the cartoon, you see yourself. Now comment down below what you guys think that means to me. I'm not gonna tell you the answer, but I also want you guys to look at this visual right here. Now I'm gonna tell you guys why did they go from very detailed to then go into less detail every time. Okay. So why do you guys think that? I'm gonna give you guys a second to think, and you can come back when you are ready. But a lot of times in comics, it takes work to draw a perfect face just like this for every panel. Every panel they have to draw the face out. So it would be much easier in every panel to just draw this, wouldn't it? So every panel, they probably just draw this. One or two panels, they might draw this, but depending on how much work it takes, this takes like probably hours but compared to this takes like probably 3 seconds at most. So, and then notice these two, I'm not going to read them because they're very long, but these are speech bubbles. We'll get into those kind of today, kind of tomorrow, but these are, speech bubbles. There's thought bubbles too. So, okay, diving into the back is going to cover panels, bleed, and graphic weight. So, what are panels? Panels are each framed image. Panels offer the reader a specific perspective. POV is point of view through which they view the subject. Panels come in various shapes and sizes and hold in their borders of the icons that add up to the vocabulary of comics. So this is kind of what a comic and graphic novel are set up. They're set up very similarly. So this is a gutter, this is a gutter, this is a gutter, this is a panel. And then I didn't get what this one is, but I think this one is a panel comparing it's like pointing to this. So if we see these are all these are panels. Or it could be a gutter. I'm not too sure. Definition of gutters are the space between each panel. Now, gutters provide transitions. Something happens in that gutter space, but the reader must fill in that information. So gutters are like open information. They're like open. Readers have to try to fill that information in, so it's not open. The use of panels and gutters create the relationship between time as depicted in comics and time as perceived by the reader. All right, now we're going to get into what a bleed is. So definition of a bleed is an image that spreads outside the panel's edges or runs off the page. Okay, a full bleed is when a page bleeds on all sides and spans the width of the page. It's called a full bleed. And this is a picture example of what bleed is. This is a bleed right here. What do you guys notice? Comment down below what you guys notice here. I noticed a man is on the ground, and then there's a woman right here with a speech bubble. And then there's another person standing right here. And then we have a monkey. This is art. This is art that fills the entire page. This is a bleed. Okay, this is what a bleed is. This is a really good example of a bleed because it fills something that fills the entire page. Lastly, we have a graphic weight. I might need to scroll down. Okay. Definition of a graphic weight. The term to discuss the amount of contrast in an image. So, are blacks offsets with whites? Its vivid color used in mixed muted colors? What stands out? So that's kind of questions to ask yourself. Graphic weight is used to focus the draw of the reader's eyes to something specific. So it's used to draw the reader in. Now, lastly, this is a photo, an example of a graphic weight. Now, comment down below what you notice here. I noticed a guy. I noticed a stairwell with a person on it, and it's kind of so tiny to see, but like it's there. I noticed a person there, and noticed a stairwell going down, but the stairwell is in white. Now, graphic weights are always in black, to try to get your eyes in. So this is a really good example of graphic weights. Unfortunately, the graphic novel that we're doing this art unit on is not all black like this. So it's not all black. But if you want a good book that is a comic and it is all black, I highly recommend reading Persepolis. Okay. You guys will read it in 10th grade, depending on what school you go to. Okay, my 10th grade read Persepolis, and it was pretty good. Okay, about an Iranian woman who's stuck in this revolution, and she needs to get out of the country, basically, and there's some conflict along the way. So that wraps up our notes of graphic comic / graphic novel technique notes. Tomorrow we're going to do some definitions on some transitions in comic or in graphic novels and in comic books, and background, foreground, midground, things like that. So it's going to be very, very fun. I know this is the boringest part of the unit, but we're going to get by it. Apologize for that. But that wraps up our first day of notes for this unit. Tomorrow, after I'm home, we get started on the second page of notes. It is front and back, and it's different definitions of transitions, and then we go into like background definition, and then there's like a picture to not many pictures. So I will just like be explaining what those are, and then you guys can look at pictures later. So yeah, that'll be very fun, and then that gets us an understanding of what book year for this unit. So I'm hyped. I decided to stick with this unit because it will get us set up for the next unit, which is on the same subject, but it's not a book. So I'll let you guys leave it at that. It's on the same subject. And I won't tell you guys what art it is because that's going to be secret. I can give you guys a hint. But I don't really want to, so maybe I'll decide to do that tomorrow. So anyways, lastly, make sure you subscribe and turn on all notifications so you don't miss a video from me for the art unit, and like the video. Alrighty. I will see you guys for the notes part 2. Bye-bye.